died because of their mutations, but in a few, there was a mutation that led to longer life. These mutant worms on the right start strong and frisky, just like the normal worms. But as the normals begin to slow down and die, the mutants keep going. 21 days and still going strong. These mutant worms will live to a healthy old age of about 28 days. What has made this possible?
This worm is different from normal worm because it has a mutation in the gene that we call DAF2. That, when I say mutation, that means we alter the structure of that one gene. So it's the same in all of its other genes, but that one gene is different. So now the challenge is to find out what the DAF2 gene, to find out more about the DAF2 gene.
There's a hormone signaling system in humans that looks very similar to this DAF2 system in worms. And so once again, the leap from worm to human might turn out to be much shorter than we'd expect.
It's very likely that we'll be able to learn things from the sources that will be able to increase the quality of old age in humans. And I think that's something that's
This is not dreamed of eternal youth, not just of living longer, but enjoying a healthier, more vital old age.
if you can stay young for a longer time and be fit and happy, why not?
Although biologist Cynthia Kenyon is interested in human aging, this is her research subject, a type of worm called a nematode. This link is not as surprising as it sounds.
They're more similar to people and they are different in many ways. But they're small, so instead of having billions of nerve cells like we do, they only have 959 cells in their whole body. And scientists like that. We like to study very simple animals because we can do simple experiments, find the genes that are important for whatever we're studying. And then it turns out that a lot of these genes in the worm are quite similar to genes in us that are doing similar things in us.
Cynthia starts by observing the worm's normal aging process.
So he's pretty frisky, nice muscle tone.
This young adult worm is 3 days old. At 8 days, it's slowing down, and by 12 days, it can barely move, and will soon die. Why does it all have to be over so soon?
We know almost nothing about how aging takes place at all, but we can imagine that there might be genes that control the aging process that determine how fast a worm ages.
In a series of groundbreaking experiments, Cynthia has succeeded in doubling the worm's lifespan. First, she bathes the worms in a chemical solution that causes random mutations in their DNA. She then tracks these worms over the next several generations to see if any are living longer than normal. Most die because of their mutations, but in a few, there was a mutation that led to longer life. These mutant worms on the right start strong and frisky, just like the normal worms. But as the normals begin to slow down and die, the mutants keep going. 21 days and still going strong. These mutant worms will live to a healthy old age of about 28 days. What has made this possible?
This worm is different from a normal worm because it has a mutation in a gene that we call DAF2. That, when I say mutation, that means we've altered the structure of that one gene. So it's the same in all of its other genes, but that one gene is different. So now the challenge is to find out what the DAF2 gene, to find out more about the DAF2 gene.
There is a hormone signaling system in humans that looks very similar to this DAF2 system in worms. And so once again, the leap from worm to human might turn out to be much shorter than we'd expect.
It's very likely that we'll be able to learn things from this research that will be able to increase the quality of old age in humans. And I think that's something that's really wonderful.